know you're thinking to yourself, how can I improve my FC25 experience? Look no further. MONOEXP has the best, cheapest coins on the website. Best price, best guarantee. Use the code META for 8% off, bro. You can get literally any card. Go check them out right now. Bros, I'm not gonna hold you right now. It is very late, but I've just kind of figured something out. I'm not gonna lie to you. We do have the 4-4-1-1 formation. In this game, I'll be honest, very OP. Now, we always know that the 4-2-1-3, the 4-2-2-2, basically the CDM formations are cooking right now, but I feel like now if you know how to defend, especially with the good players, you can utilize the CMs, especially if you have Ruud Gullit. That card is insane, by the way. What a absolute beast. I versed him the other day. Yeah, most of the time, actually. Insane card. Now, what I'm trying to say is with the 4-4-1-1, what I like about it is having the wingers. I've always liked that winger play. Players obviously cutting in, triveling, finessing. You boys know the deal. Now, I'm actually going to showcase some gameplay while I'm talking. I haven't really done that before, but hopefully you guys do like it. Let's get into the actual code. You will check at the pinned comment, of course, as always. 4-4-1-1. I'm watching a stream on the side. We'll actually lower that right there. But yeah, defensive approach is going to be high, but not to the point where it's 95. Now, I always say when you have 95, right, that's when you have the CDMs, because you can actually let them, like, you know, track back. They stay deep, and then you at least have the pressure up top. Now, at least with the CMs, you don't have that safety of like 2 CDMs. Does that make sense? So essentially, the 2 CMs are going to press up top, but not to the point where they'll leave gaps. Because if you have 95 high, talk aggressive line height with CMs, bro, you're gonna get cooked. Let's just say that. If you're very good at defending, I don't know, call you Tex, bro, then probably you can do that. But I think for the majority, even elite players would leave it at high. If you have the 2 CDMs, I'd say 95 is definitely the play. Build-up style is always balanced, and then 4-4-1-1 indeed. The jump over to the player roles, pretty standard, I'll be real. Fullbacks are going to be defend, fullback. Now, when you're looking at the fullback defend, right, what I like about them is they're very compact. They do their job. At the end of the day, you want fullbacks that sometimes, you know, don't have the play around of going up top, because then you're going to leave gaps. So essentially, you can check how it looks with the ball. We've got obviously Cafu and Pickett, but I'll be honest, Pickett's actually not completely bad. It's just you need height in this game. So someone like Capdevia, you boys know the deal. Yeah, Cafu is obviously the best personal right back in my opinion. Very insane, bro. Someone that's very compact. Yeah. Goalkeeper Pope, obviously. You always need height for your goalkeepers, and him is, bro, he's insane. Very, very good goalkeeper. Some people say he's actually ass. I don't know how. He's very good for me. But yeah, defend as well. Completely up to you. But I don't really like my keeper coming out too much. I like them just staying intact and me doing the work in terms of moving him and letting him come out. But I think majority of people do go balanced though, which is a nice, pretty much balanced play of playing. So yeah, defend for defenders. And then what you could do though, you could have one offensive fullback at least push up a little bit. So having one balanced, completely up to you. There's no point though. Especially with how OP this formation is going up top. You don't really want the defense to be compromised, you know. It's already compromised low-key without the CDMs though. I can't lie to you. I'm not going to hold you boys. But now we do have the CMs being on box-to-box and balanced. Now, you can play around with it, right? I'll be real. At the end of the day, completely up to you, but having a very, very defensive CM is always the play. So someone like a Ruud Gullit, someone like a Vieira, and then obviously box to box, so they can be up top if they want, because essentially like having Ruud Gullit up top, he wins the balls in the air. Physical, bro. Man is a beast. Like knocking players off. So that's why he's an end game character, you get me? So yeah, Oberdorf and Çalhanoğlu, not the greatest CMs in my opinion, but they do their job. We got one more or less lanky CM, and then the other one is more of a maneuverable type of CM. Someone that can get into the crevices, I always say. Oberdorf, yeah, She works, man. She works. Nearly in Div 1, by the way. Don't really play the game as often, but I was playing around with the formation. I use it as, I think it's like 10 games right now. So we're not doing too bad. And yeah, when I do these videos, I normally play around with formation about a week. I give it about a week, you know, normally building up to a week in league, if that makes sense. And then we've got obviously the wingers, the most important, I'd say, in this whole formation. Some people say the wingers are like useless, especially post-patch, but I feel like with this one, having the inside forward, they act as a ram. I always say it. They cut inside, especially if they have the inside forward plus. Yeah, that's a big one. Now we've got obviously Shellen, which I don't really run right now. Runner for one game. I'll be real. She does a job, bro. I mean, it is literally a loan card, so I'm going to definitely upgrade in the future. But I've got the main Manny Bobble, bro. What a beast. Oh my days. Someone like this is so vital because he has obviously the plus and then he has the height. Now, I don't know about you boys. I love having height at least for one of my wingers because essentially I know that I'm going to run with this guy. He's not going to be shrugged off the ball too easy. Does it make sense? So yeah, we've got obviously the cam being on Shadow Strike. I'll try to play some clips of N1 cutting in, you know, going to the box, acting as a striker. That's why I feel like this formation is low-key like a 4-4-2 with your cam being like low-key your second striker, bro. But what I like about this one is it's not the 4-4-2. You've actually got your cam that can link the midfield to the attack. That's what I like right there. Because sometimes I feel like with the 4-4-2, the left or right striker essentially is, you know, not really getting the ball as much as the other striker. Does that make sense? So yeah, it depends though. Because you can go 4-4-2 and have your left striker kind of come back a little bit. Play him as like a poacher type of vibe or false nine, sorry, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, obviously the very top one is going to be Ronaldo, advanced forward striker, attack, plus. Bro, this man bags goals. Especially if you know how to boost, player boost. What? Pace boost, sorry? That's the word, yeah. You boys know the deal, man. That is the formation. Yeah. Tell me in the comments, what are you running right now? I'm keen to use other formations as well. I kind of low-key want to try something different though, like very different, and then maybe do a video on it. Because these formations do get a little bit boring. Like, the game is boring overall right now, let's be honest. But, you know, you can at least play around and have some fun. Just like life, man. You know? You make it fun, bro. That's how life is. So yeah, I'm definitely going to upgrade this team. I got like 100k, but I'm definitely going to, yeah, probably get in like R9. Might use my own code, bro, to get a better team. But yeah, we'll catch you boys in the next one. Tell me who you're using. Yeah, peace.